my comrade. You see, number one, I'm not God. I don't foresee the future. I can't promise you when I come into power I'll give justice to everyone, because that is in the hands of God. But as far as my commitment to my struggle, I was taught not by my political manifesto. I was taught by my faith that you should give justice, and I can quote a lot of it. Oh, the believer, Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu kunu qawwamina lillahi syuhada'a bil qist. Be those who stand up for justice. Let not those people who are not among you deprive of justice. وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ عَلَىٰ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا. I'dilu, do justice. And that is more closer to taqwa, piety. It doesn't say that is more closer to your manifesto. So I just don't understand why some people say religion has no place in politics. I don't understand. Because as far as the text is concerned, politics for Islam, if you want to say politics, is part and parcel and blood of a Muslim. For example, that you shall not stand quiet to the oppressed leader. Now, it does not that. It's not a political manifesto, my friend. That is a faith. Okay. My faith in Islam tells me that no racism. In Al-Hujurat, O mankind, I have created you tribes and nations. Ya ayyuhan nas. And in the Quran, when God said Ya ayyuhan nas, He's talking to all. But when He says Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu, He's specifically pointing to the believers who should be more aware. So, and as far as no racism, for example, this is a precept that we do not compromise, we do not submit to, and we do not succumb to, because racism is against my teaching. And whatever my teaching principally say it's against, then it's against humanity. Give me one example in Islam that says something but in contradiction with humanity. Give me something.
Slavery.
Slavery. Okay, let me explain to you about slavery, if I may, but this will take long. My point about Islam in slavery is that those days slavery was the order of the day. Islam came to abolish slavery step by step, because slavery doesn't come in vacuum. It came out of war. And Islam put slavery in a different understanding of the Romans and the Persians. To the final end, even in the fiqh, they are encouragement for you to free your slave as a punishment or as a denda for you. And until the end, there is no reason for slavery to exist. Even today, if you ask any ulama, there is no slavery anymore. So, yeah, another slavery of whatever you want to define is another issue. I'm talking about slavery that you're referring to.
Well, there are at least 4 countries now that haven't abolished.
But that's got nothing to do with Islam.
There are 4 Muslim countries which haven't abolished slavery. And
it has got nothing to do with Islam. I'm talking about the substance of my faith.
So we are in agreement that today slavery is an anachronism, right?
Slavery has nothing to do with Islam. If it has to do with Islam, Islam has already addressed the issue. So we will go into that. Okay? You just charge it like that, so I got lost all my point. I was referring to Aro. I'm sorry for that. Yes, Aro. I can't, because this is my faith. Now, if something else that I do, you have all the right to refuse to reject me. Reject amanah. Come on. If you say amanah is not doing what they say, reject them. Tell to the world that these guys are just, talking rubbish. So I do not foresee the future. but we want to put whatever we believe into action. And I don't know whatever phobia there is to say or to conclude or to have fear that bila ada kuasa nanti tekan grup sekular. Boleh ada satu fear, tapi it's not a conclusive remark. But thank you anyway for reminding me that. I might ask you the same question if puak kiri berkuasa juga. Apakah jadi Islam? Fair question. Yeah, and then the beautiful lady who gave me this nice present also asked about in the context of amanah. I do share with your worries actually. What we are engaging today, or what we are addressing today, we are not just confronting us. We are confronting the conservative. We are confronting the rightists, the right, who believe that there are things that you cannot challenge. So yes, we will confront the public that has been indoctrinated to the fact that you cannot question Islam. Sebab itu saya telah menerima berbagai kutukan, hamburan dan makian apabila saya stand up kepada isu sisters in Islam yang telah difatwakan mereka ini sesat. I came up and make a statement that you do not simply issue an edict to say someone is debated. What are your process of doing that? Have you ever taken any step to dialogue with them? Or if you come to a conclusion, is it generally or just to certain issue? Because in Islam, when you issue an edict like that, it will have effect on one individual, his relation with the family and all that. So I'm just asking, what is your process and procedure? Because of that question, the whole idea was that I am against Islam. Now, I always tell this to my fellow brothers and sisters. I can criticize the religious authority anytime, because they are just administrative. They make mistakes. And the worst part is they make mistake in the name of Islam. So I have to tell them. But even as far as Dr. Nasir, my brother, mentioned about Al-Hadith, the Quran, there's a long discipline about what we call the discipline of Hadith. The discipline of Hadith is actually to address the issue that Dr. Nasir has raised. And Hadith has been categorized since it has been brought up here. I want to be fair to the remark made. Since the Hadith is the oral tradition of the Prophet, Hadith is also made out of categories. There are hadiths that is totally rejected. It has no base at all. Even the hadith that Dr. Nasir just mentioned just now, رجعنا من جهاد الأكبر من جهاد الأصغر إلى جهاد الأكبر قال في جهاد الأكبر يا رسول الله قال جهاد النفس. He was actually saying that hadith. That we have came from the small jihad to the bigger jihad. That means they just came back from the battle of Badr. So the Prophet, the companion asked, is there any more bigger than this? The killing and everything, the war and the battle? Yes. The Prophet said, the jihad of your soul. But that hadith in itself is questionable. That hadith itself is questionable. But in the tradition and the discipline of understanding the hadith, as long as whatever it is said, question, is in line with the Quran, then that hadith is accepted as meaning, as a substance, but not as the words. You see how very careful when they want to really say that the Prophet said this. Then there is a hadith about those who make lies on my word, saying that things that I don't say, and they say this is the Prophet saying, beware of your place in hell. That hadith is authentic, and they call it hadith mutawatir. Hadith mutawatir simply means that every generation that bring that hadith, every source that came, consistently say this is the word. The word is sahih, the meaning is sahih. Now I can go on and I can go on. But what my point is that the Dr. Nasser said, hadith is not absolute. That's why there is a discipline to that. And I can go on, there are a lot more examples which the time does not permit. And the time is over. So I do not see in the sense that the religion has no role in the political life. It has, and it is very effective because it is not about your manifesto. It is about your belief. For example, if I say I am against racism, it's not because my political manifesto say, but I believe in it. So going back to the beautiful lady behind, what you are saying is that how do we compromise, for example, in order for us to get the vote or to entertain the constituent? I would say if it was a very cardinal principle, for example, no racism. It was a cardinal principle to say that a Malay cannot say I'm better than a Chinese, then I would stick to my principle. I would take the challenge to educate the Malay that this is wrong. And I have to pay the price for that. It's okay, as long as you hold to your principle. Then you also have to understand political maneuver. Political maneuver, being a politician, you have to also see to other bigger issues than just the cardinal principle. Things such as poverty, things such as good livelihood, good policy. I think that is shared by everyone, and that cannot be compromised also. So my conclusion to your question is that there is no such thing as making a U-turn in the cardinal principle. But there are things which we can compromise in as long as it is strategic, in as long as we feel that that does not affect or compromise the very cardinal principle of Islamic political structure. Thank you very much.
Okey, terima kasih kerana kepada webinar today. Dan seterusnya satu lagi soalan. Okey, silakan.